What's up, guys? Nethervvoid here with more World of Tanks daily subscriber replays, and I've been sitting here pretty much all weekend just going through replays. I think I've watched like 80 or 100 maybe. So that's for this week's 7 videos I want to show you. So I know you guys, a lot of you have been complaining about, you know, seeing replays that are just like face rolls and kicking people in the face and all that stuff. Subscriber replays are not teaching moments all the time. I know some people love that. Oh, I love your teaching videos, you know. That's really strategy series, which I have not been able to do for a long time, and I'm not sure they're ever going to come back just because I don't have the time that required to do those anymore. I was playing video games like, I don't know, 30 or 40 hours a week back when I was doing those, and I really can only spend 10 hours a week now doing anything with video games. So I generally spend it now on subscriber replays because I can do that. So this is a video sent to me by Ted Nugent Rocks, coming up on the Cromwell. He's in his E8 here. It's a nice shootout between the Cromwell here and the E8, except that, well, and his buddy, except that the Cromwell does not have the top gun. So that, you know, he's a little bit hamstrung here. He might even be more stock than we know. 3485, helping out right there. It's his platoon mate here on the Sand River map. Encounter is like my favorite mode. It's better to me than the standard mode. I wish I could just play Encounter all the time. I love that both people have to go after the same base and all those kind of things. It's kind of cool. So anyway, kind of raffle stomp on the Cromwell there, and I really wanted to talk about that because the Cromwell is such an overpowering menace in Tier 6. Of course, not until it's fully upgraded, but the E8 is also very good, just not as good as the Cromwell. In fact, to me, not as close to good as the Cromwell, but a lot of people will disagree. I'm not a huge fan of the E8. I've never thought it was that great. I just think the Cromwell is everything the E8 is plus some, because I never did like the E8's gun, I think is what it is. But anyway, he's doing a really good job here, kind of going up where I don't see a lot of people going up into the map where he is right here. And it's a really good place to go. I just, you know, when you watch hundreds of replays like I do, you know, a lot of the same maps come up all the time, and you see where people go, the standard places where people take their tanks. This is a very non-standard approach, at least as far as what I've seen from things that people have sent to me. What's really cool here is, see the TD on the map there at A6? Yeah, I don't think he's going to see him coming. Ted Nugent here. And surprise butt sex! So, coming up, this is one of the reasons I picked this replay. He chooses some really non-standard approaches to this map that I think everybody can benefit from, and totally just surprising the enemy here. That surprise is what really gets you, you know, makes you a huge force on the map here. And that's what he's doing here. And that's the kind of replays that I like to show. So anyway, to get back to like what kind of replays I'm looking for, it's not necessarily about teaching. Yes, it is a lot of the time. Sometimes it's just about entertainment. It actually more is like half or more about entertainment, okay? YouTube videos are primarily, you know, if you look at the top YouTubers, it's about comedy, it's about entertainment. It's about making you laugh, it's about making you go, whoa, you know, that was a really cool moment and things like that. And yeah, there are how-to videos on YouTube as well. But that's not generally what YouTube's for, especially not subscriber replays. I'm not running this tank. I can't show you what to do in this tank because I'm not driving. So I pick generally 2 different kinds of videos. You'll see videos where the guy does a really good thing with the map or something, and I want to show it. Or, you know, really entertaining stuff like that IS-7 video where they just face roll the enemy. They just keep driving, they don't stop. They're wrecking people, they're ramming everybody they see. Just having tons of fun. Probably, oh, nice little bit of air there. Having tons of fun, probably having a few beers that night. You know, just laughing it up on TeamSpeak or something. And having a great time. And that's what I wanted to show. And so a lot of times just look at the spirit of the replay. So here they catch the T29 by surprise because they went the sneaky route here. T29 not watching the minimap because you would have seen as they came through the base they're killing fools, right? So T29 getting taken out, boom. Because he's not paying attention. So they've done a really good job here. They've flanked the enemy, first of all, in an area of the map I rarely see people go. Then they flanked around the TD. They got into the base, took out a couple of guys there, and are just going to rout the enemy from behind. Now, the enemy, they're down 4 tanks, but they weren't in this situation when Ted Nugent and his buddy were rounding third into the home base here. And now, the enemy's pretty much screwed. So he's got him on lock here, which, you know, Hellcat has no armor. Ram kill! Can do that pretty well with the E8. As far as I remember, it's fairly heavy for a medium. Again, I think the E8 strategy was not really medium/heavy tanks, weren't really in play back then for the United States. The E8 pretty much did everything, so they didn't really create it for like, oh, this is super mobile, and oh, this guy's super heavy, right? Again, correct me if that's wrong. I get my history wrong a lot of times, and actually I like when you guys correct me. This is what I think the E8 was made for. I mean, it was mainly used in the Korean War, but let me know if that's incorrect, you know? I'm not always right, and I like to hear what the actual history is. And I don't have time to look all this stuff up. Like I said, I've watched like 100 replays this weekend. I'm also packing to move. You know, I got kids and a wife, and I got a job. You know, I don't have time to look up the history of every freaking tank. I don't enjoy doing that. I don't have time for that. I'd rather play other video games. So I'm not a huge World War II history buff. Again, also my videos are not about the history of the tank. That was my... I don't know how long you've been on YouTube, but if you remember Pandy, and here we're just taking out the Churchill 7, kind of cleaning up. Last guy here. Kind of being a noob, I don't know what he's doing. And he's dead. But anyway, Pandy used to do that. That was Pandy's thing. If you remember him, he was really, really early on in World of Tanks videos. A guy who used to watch his stuff a lot. He kind of disappeared, probably got tired of YouTube like most people do. Anyway, great game by Ted Nugent here and his buddy. 7 kills between the two of them. Nice flank moves here on this map, and really showing you a little bit of how to use the terrain in this map to kind of get over on people. And also, if you're the enemy here, watch the mini-map. That's really the problem with the enemy team in this one, is they didn't watch the mini-map. They didn't have enough people. You know, they should have noticed when the Ted Nugent and his buddy were coming through home base to turn around and start jacking them up. That T29 could have killed all those tanks. Get in a hole down and kill everybody. That's what he could have done. Anyway, really good game. Thanks for sending it in. Send more replays to dgnetsubmissions@gmail.com. And as always, stay frosty, guys.